In the late 1970s, Julia Miles made a discovery that would change her life and alter the course of theater history. She found that only 7% of American plays were written by women, with even fewer women directors. The inequity set Julia on a mission to bring the talents of women playwrights and directors into the theater by producing their plays. In 1978, she founded the Women's Project. Her commitment and encouragement gives women the opportunity to make the stage their own.
When I first started, I thought I would just get the numbers increased. I was thinking about parity with the male practitioners of the theater. But I began to think, well, you know, it doesn't matter so much about the numbers, it matters about the quality, and it matters what they're saying, and it matters if they're given an opportunity.
I think it's given a lot of women a voice over many years. And I think you have to keep doing it, and you have to keep saying that our stories are worthy of center stage.
Women playwrights are being done in the token woman slot, one a year per theater. It is not really equitable yet.
And we need all the venues we can to get women's work out there, and I think the Women's Project is particularly known for adventuresome work and for work that deals with women's issues in the way that women articulate them.
In the past 20 years, Women's Project and Productions has become the nation's preeminent producer of plays written and directed by women. 95 off-Broadway productions have garnered numerous awards, grants, and fellowships, many being given further life in regional theaters around the country. Thousands of scripts have been reviewed, with over 300 rehearsed readings and 7 published anthologies.
The plays by the women, if they're good, can be about any subject. They do not have a narrow agenda. They're bound to be feminist in that they're expressions of women's passions.
With my plays, I write trying to go towards an image. And the image that I wanted to go to was an all-female curtain call in the basement at the Yale School of Drama.
I know for me, without Julia and the Women's Project, I wouldn't have had the support group that I had. I wrote some of my first pieces and had a group of women who would listen and respond.
My first play was produced by the Women's Project in 1980, which really started me on my way in the theater. Without that start, I never would have gone anywhere.
To celebrate the 20th anniversary of Women's Project and Productions, over 500 women attended Women in Theater, Mapping the Sources of Power, a conference exploring the role women play in today's theaters. Playwright Tina Howe kicked off the event as the keynote speaker.
You know, part of the reason for my success, I'll be brutally honest with you, is because I write juicy roles for women.
The conference gave the Women's Project a time to assess its achievements and look to the future. There was a lively exchange of ideas. Topics ranged from sources of power to visions for the future.
A theater that's really connected with and really interested in difference.
There's a purpose to being exclusive, but there's a goal to be inclusive.
I'm looking for plays that are accessible to a very wide audience.
And my own experience has been that doing theater in small theaters is the most profound, transformative experience.
If you succeed in being commercially successful, your piece can have a very broad impact.
Many say, literally, we intend to explore the full range of human experience in our schedules. And if they say that, and they are producing work exclusively by men, they are not fulfilling their mission. It's our job to then challenge that.
Each year, the Women's Project shines a spotlight on exceptional and inspiring women at the Women of Achievement Awards Gala. Honorees have included Beverly Sills, Toni Morrison, Gloria Steinem, Rosie O'Donnell, and Barbara Walters. The Women's Project has a wide range of developmental programs to educate and inspire young women and men. It recently inaugurated the New American Theater School under the direction of Mylan Stitt. 10 Centuries of Women Playwrights introduces New York public school students to plays by women from across the centuries and around the world.
We take this program to the schools and we teach them about the playwrights, the women playwrights, and we then involve them in writing their own plays.
We just received an NEA TCG Playwrights Residency Grant. So for 6 months over the next year and a half, I'm going to be working with them, developing 2 new plays, and teaching middle school girls creative writing.
Julia Miles does more than produce plays. She helps get the work ready for the stage.
She has a sort of great reverence for artists. And she'll come in and give notes and talk, but basically you believe that she thinks you're worthy of being there.
The word production is music to a playwright's ears. Not reading, not staged reading, but production. One gets tired of hearing about one's own potential or a script's promise. One wants somebody to believe in you and it now.
Playwrights cannot exist unless they are produced. Because you can read a book, but you cannot read a play.
It's very mysterious what makes a play. The mechanics of a play, the dynamics of a play is something that I don't understand. Nobody here understands it. It's something that somehow we know when it has happened on the page. And say, oh, there it is. It happened. Good. Now I go to the next page, right?
A successful artist is successful because she finds a shape for our ambiguities.
Joining together, generosity of spirit, negotiation through our conflicts as groups and as persons. This is what has to be included in our new room of our own.
It's just incredible that this theater could have existed this long without its own performance space. And I hope that one result of this conference will be that will be put on somebody's agenda as a top priority.
As it begins a 3rd decade, with a lead gift from Sally Bingham of $500,000, the Women's Project is realizing a long-held dream, a theater of its own.
I'm very proud of the fact that I've been able to help a lot of women artists, and they have done me glory.
Thank you. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole wide world right in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands.